you've had multiple different lives now. But when you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, Nate Burleson, which version of yourself do you see? Which one do you resonate with the most?
Wow, that's a really good question.
You like that? You like that?
That's really
I've
good.
learned from you and your interview skills.
That's fire because no one has ever asked me that. When I look in the mirror now, what I try to see first is a family man.
Yeah.
Because for so long I was juggling that with being an athlete, and the sacrifices we make, we're told, you gotta put your family on the back burner for a little bit and then focus on football and get back to them after the season. And that created this dynamic that wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
So now I have to constantly tell myself, the main focus is being a good husband, a good father, a good brother, a good son, a good friend. And then after that, it's a media personality.
Yeah.
As much as I love being a journalist and a news anchor on CBS Mornings, and then also doing the NFL Today pregame show, my Nickelodeon show, and now hosting Hollywood Squares, I can't describe myself as one type of media person.
Yeah.
I'm just a media personality. And then after that, a serial entrepreneur. I really like going into business. I'm fascinated with, to be honest, making money. I have been a rich guy since I signed my first contract. I didn't grow up rich, didn't have the silver spoon. My mom and dad worked full-time jobs, raised 4 boys. We were eating them out of house and home. We played multiple sports each. We had our moments where, a bill wasn't paid here or there, or we ate top ramen and hot dogs for 4 weeks straight. So I know what a little bit of struggle feels like.
Yeah.
And then when I became an athlete in the NFL, you get that first check and I'm like, holy smokes.
How much was it?
My first check was $457,000.
In one check.
In one check.
You
That was
never
my
seen anything
signing
like
bonus.
that.
I'm like, yo, what is this? This is wild. They're paying me to play this sport?
Yeah.
The same sport I played at recess? And, I don't know if I can say it on the podcast, but, on the Dave Chappelle show, I'm rich, bitch. I probably shouldn't say that.
No, you can
but that's
say
what
it.
I was thinking. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm rich.
Yeah.
And having a rich mentality when you have never had money is detrimental because you blow through it. Yeah. You don't know how to save. You don't know how to spend. You don't know how to say no. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, all right, do you want to be rich forever? First world problems, I get it. Thankfully, I'm in that position. Or do I want to turn this blessing into generational wealth? And that's why I love being a serial entrepreneur.
I love it. I love it. So when people say, what do you do? What do you say? Do you say media personality? Is that your answer?
I say I do TV.
Got it. Okay.
I say I do TV. Yeah. It's funny though, because listen, the wide receiver in me never dies. I'm a diva. I'm not the diva. Like I play with Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Elite. Like when I look at like elite diva, and I don't mean it in like a personality way, but just like what is supposed to be a prototypical superstar wide receiver, like it's Moss. I was his Robin. Yeah. And then Calvin, like those guys were like football gods to me. Yeah. And I was just happy to be their number 2 receivers. But I still had the same type of ego as those guys, probably even more so, which
That's
is
a lot
wild.
of ego in one room.
It's a lot of ego, but like Randy knew how talented he was. Calvin knew how talented they were. They were blessed with that special stick from God. They had the attributes of, scaling up your creative player on 99. Like that's what they were in real life. I was your typical wide receiver that overexceeded some expectations, had a few things that separated me as an athlete. But I was an egomaniac. I felt like when I had the ball in my hand, I can get busy.
Yeah.
So that followed me around for a while. And I remember like being in the league and somebody seeing me on the street and they, are you? And like in my head, I'm like, damn right I am. And I'm like, in my head, I'm doing the whole humble like, oh, what's up? Nice to meet you. But in the back of my head, I'm like, tell me how great I am. Tell me I helped you in your fantasy. Tell me about that 1,000-yard season I had with the Vikings. Tell me about your favorite touchdown. The mind of a cocky athlete. Now, getting back to your question about people asking me what I do, and somebody's doing this, say, I hope and I pray, and I'm thankful if they don't say anything about football. I love it when they say, I love the piece you did during Black History Month.
Yeah.
I love the story you did on finance. I love it when you sat down with Bill Russell or Michael J. Fox or Barack Obama. Like, I don't even want to hear about myself as an athlete because there is a sense of pride that I have knowing the work that it takes to make an impact in morning news.